Catherine Mitrano, BU Law, class of 1989. I'm primarily an administrative lawyer by trade, so I basically am the person that knows how to run a federal government agency. After the events of 9/11, Congress and the administration decided to establish the Department of Homeland Security. I was at the United States Coast Guard at the time, working as a civilian attorney. The deputy chief counsel asked me if I would go over and serve. The biggest challenge was merging 22 different federal agencies that will all come under the umbrella of the Department of Homeland Security. In passing the Homeland Security Act, Congress actually made sure to carve out a provision for a new department called the Office of Civil Rights and Civil Liberties in order to ensure that while we were protecting our borders, that we weren't also treading on the rights of folks who were citizens of the United States or even visitors to the United States. I was really proud of the fact that we actually established the office and gave it a voice and a seat at the table at senior leadership meetings. And that was critically important. There's got to be some evidence-based reason why we're targeting individuals. Understanding that there would be a legitimate need to target individuals from time to time, but it was always focused on conduct and activities of individuals as opposed to groups of people. I always harken back to what happened following the bombing of Pearl Harbor when they interned the Japanese just as a group, and so folks of Japanese descent in our country who have been, basically United States citizens their entire lives, even born here, merely because of their heritage, were put in internment camps. And I took it personally upon myself to raise that from time to time and say, we shouldn't be repeating those sins of the past. My father, as a veteran, he served in the occupation of Japan during the Korean War era, met my mother in Japan as his interpreter, and they came back to the United States and formed a family. And my mother's always expressed nothing but great pride and gratitude with being an American citizen. Both of my parents impressed upon me the need to use whatever gifts, God may have given me to try to give back in some way, shape, or form. And so to me, that's what public service is. It's giving back to the country what the country has given to you. I think being a lawyer gives us a great platform to do that kind of work because we are often the advisors to people who are making decisions in the federal government. And so I've enjoyed this role, working at a high level within the federal government and being able to provide advice to policymakers. I was one of those kind of naive young prosecutors who thought that everybody who committed a crime was guilty of their crimes and that they deserved the harshest punishment that society could mete out to them. During that fairly short time, even at BU, I began to develop a different perspective altogether. It showed me the complexities of criminal justice and the effects it has on people, real life people. And I really appreciated getting that background from BU. I've always been driven by the missions of the organizations I work for: equal justice for all, equal rights for all. Those are the causes that really, I guess, get my blood pressure going. It's how we choose to use and interpret the laws that we've been provided that's important. And a lawyer has a unique opportunity to influence the interpretation of the law for the good. And to me, that's a very powerful and motivating thing that drives my work.